Alright, I want to start this video off by saying I'm really hyped for SEO Edges of Aincrad, and I fully intend on paying that 70 bucks when it comes out and giving a full review when it comes out so I can update this. When that's out, I'll probably revisit this, put something in the description telling you to check out the full review. But for now, I got the demo, and I want to talk about some things that I liked, some things that I didn't like, some things I'm hoping to see. But from now, I want to start with something you probably already heard, and something that I don't understand why it's not in the game. The ability to swap your items in a quest. I don't know why it's not a part of the game. In fact, there's a cutscene I'll play in a little bit that shows a character switching their items and equipping the eye patch mid-quest, but for some reason, us, the player, can't do it. It's really bizarre. I'm not sure what they were thinking.
Hey, we're not breaking any rules.
I'm not even sure what they thought adding this in, especially if they're gonna have a character do it in a cutscene, even though we can't do it at all. But besides that, the visuals in this game are great as always. Bandai Namco always goes hard with the visuals, and this game continues it. Every single animation I've seen from this game has been beautiful, so I'm happy to say that. And even in-game, just looking around, it's very beautiful, even though exploration, as I'm about to get into, is very bad, especially with how weak your character is. Like, you could fall off a 5-inch cliff and die for some reason. And if you try and enter water at all, your character just drowns. It's very weird. And, like, imagine losing a permadeath run, because this game has permadeath. Imagine losing a permadeath round to falling off a 5-inch crater.
So, the Ultimate Wolverine skin?
No way I died from that small ass fall. My dude's actually sorry. Bro, what? You can't swim?
You're sorry.
Oh,
Your character's
ow.
sorry.
Getting into the combat of this game, it's actually pretty good. I have about 2 hangups with it, one of them being the slow motion effect you get each time you kill an enemy with a heavy attack. This happens way too much. Literally every time you kill an enemy with a heavy attack, it does a slow motion thing. It was cool at first, but it's just they used it way too much, and they gotta do it more sparingly. The second one I have is the stamina bar. While it can help, it can also really take you out, especially when a boss enemy leaves an opening and you're just really tearing into them, and then you realize you gotta back up because you have no stamina. It can really take you out of the game for a bit. But if that's something you enjoy, you'll have a good time with the combat. It's probably one of its best features. Now, a complaint completely unique to me. The navigation system. When I was trying to go to the next area, I thought those little dots showing where you were last stepping at were dots telling you where to go. So I ended up just wandering the map for a long period of time, which stretched out this demo for way longer than it should have been. Now, granted, I have heard nobody else complain about this, so this might just be me being dumb, but I'd really appreciate some like wind blowing or a little blue trail like they do at the rest areas to showcase where you should go, because I was lost for a good chunk of this demo, and you can hear me getting frustrated. Also, the guidance system in this game needs work, bro. I don't even know what these... What are these blue and red dots? Seals? No, that's not it. Yeah, so naturally I cross over the bridge right here, right? Nope. Sorry, nigga. You can't. What? Where do you want me to go? As for something I'm hoping to see, I'm really hoping to see a companionship meter. It doesn't have to be a romance or anything, but just give some rewards, maybe some skills, some equipment for picking one partner over another. Especially since you're forced to pick a partner and physically can't go solo in this game, which I find to be a weird detail. But adding companionship and getting different equipment, like you could get Argo's Whispers, maybe your sword or something, just their equipment, their armor would really help to add to this game, and I think would add a lot of replayability and just all of it. I think it would overall make the game complete. I'm sure they'll have this in the full game, but it's just something I'd love to see that I didn't see in a demo. As for the weapon types, they're pretty unique, but there is no spear. From what I've seen in the demo, maybe it'll be in the full game, so sorry people who love spears. I didn't see it, even though it is in the anime, I'm not sure why. But I was mainly a dagger guy, especially since it gave you a bigger dash. Now, I don't think I've seen anything besides does dagger do anything like that. Like, I played with the adze for a little bit, and all the other weapons, and the only thing that gave us, like, a different dash was the dagger. Now, I mainly stuck to the dagger in this route, so there might be some complexities with the other things that I missed. Please correct me in the comments if I missed anything. But for the most part, your weapon won't really change a lot. Now, for the enemy variety and bosses and just enemies you see around, there's not a lot. They're pretty much the same: boars, wolves, spiders. You'll see them most. Now, this is a demo, so it's to be expected that they're not showing their full stuff. And they might very well have tons of different creatures lined up in the full game. I'll I'll get back to it when I make my full review. But as for the demo itself, there isn't a lot of enemy variety. I didn't really mind it though. I will say it's not the best. You should have some enemy variety though. You shouldn't really just rely on the same 5 creatures. But a mechanic that I do like is if you select add freely, your partners will lose focus, so you can't just keep them in that mode. You'll have to keep switching in between them. I haven't seen this feature much. I haven't seen much praise for it, but I actually do like it. Stops me from just putting my characters on ads freely and forgetting about them. I forgot to mention one thing about the exploration that I don't like, and it's the rest zones. As much as I said they're cool for navigation purposes, it stops players from actually exploring. Because when you hit the rest zone, it just reveals the entire area. I would much rather us have to roam around the area ourselves instead of roaming to one rest zone and getting all the information we ever could want out of the area. It's really immersion breaking and just a poor way to implement the system, not gonna lie. Would have been way better if we could just explore on our own and get landmarks that way. And my biggest issue with this game has to be the silent protagonist. I mean, this game is supposed to be all about us and our story in Aincrad, and you're telling me all I can do is nod and shake my head? It's extremely disappointing. Like, we didn't even get 3 tests of dialogue to choose from? Like, come on, man. Especially since we have combat dialogue, we can tell them to switch or be in combat. So, we're not mute. We can speak. It's just, I feel like a lot more effort could go into making our character feel more alive. Because we've done the silent protagonist before. If you've ever played a game, you've done the silent protagonist before. And with a game like this, where it's supposed to be all about you, it's very disappointing, honestly. As for creator customization, we weren't able to do that in the demo. And I highly recommend you go do the demo yourselves before making any final opinion. Don't take my opinion as law. Right? Like I said, I personally enjoyed the game, and I'll get into why at the end inside of the video. But don't take my opinion as law. Please go play this demo for yourself, and then see if you want to play it or not. That being said, I did find some pretty fun bugs. Nothing game breaking, but just a couple that I'd like to showcase, especially since I haven't seen them documented before. And so after that, we'll get into my final thoughts about the matter and about the game, and why I'm going to be spending my precious $70 McDonald's cashier money on it.
Is that spider?
Holy shit. I don't know. Like that, man. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Yo, I'm a speedster. Now, there are plenty of criticisms and other things that I skipped over, but that's because they were all really taught to death before I could even get to them. And like I said, I personally enjoy the game. Now, first off, the game's not terrible, and it's not like it's a pain in the ass to play, so I was having myself a good time. My best advice is to not come in with high expectations. This is not the SAO game, like the all-time one that we all really want, right? It's close to being there, but I can recognize that this is not the SAO game that we've all been asking for years, which is unfortunate. It does suck, but from what I see, there's something good here with the characters and the story, and I appreciate that. And I'm going to enjoy my time with this game, regardless of what I expected it to be at first. Because when I first saw this, I thought it was going to be peak. But, sometimes reality comes in a way, and I'm ready to just enjoy what this game has to offer. I don't need this game to be perfect. I just need it to be enjoyable, and with my expectations, this game is pretty enjoyable to me. So I will be playing it, and I will be posting my full review once it's done playing. But that's also just me personally. I can see the flaws of something and still enjoy it. But if you're not someone like me, and you don't really care about SAO, the story this game has to offer, or anything, I wouldn't recommend getting this game, especially not off the bat. Maybe wait until a sale or something. But this game isn't really going to be for you, especially if you don't care about SAO, you don't care about MRPGs. I wouldn't really recommend you in this game, honestly. I'd really only recommend people like me in this game where you don't have big expectations and you pretty much know what you're getting into. You know this isn't going to be the all-time SAO game. But regardless of that, I do think this is a step in the right direction. And I don't agree with people trying to say, like, don't shit on the demo or anything. Because I think this criticism is good. I think this entire game is good. Is a step in the right direction. I really hope Benedetto and the rest of the team can learn from this and produce peak. I'm so confident an SAO game could be a top 10 game if it's actually done correctly. And I know for a fact this isn't the full potential of SAO at all. I know SAO is capable of way more. Sorry about the rant for it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day. That's my review.